Alright everyone, welcome to another episode of What It Is. I am Kelly McKinney of Hohenheim Productions.
And I'm Josh Gibson of Fourth Wall Players.
And this week, we are here to talk to you about what, when I first heard about, I was so excited about.
So excited.
So freaking excited. So, if you didn't know, we're 90s kids.
What?
Born in the 80s, grew up through the 90s. We love 90s stuff. Alright, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is among some of the best weight humor and class humor out there.
Say weight humor?
Weight humor. I love.
They had a lot of fat. Oh, I guess Uncle Phil was fat.
Uncle Phil fat jokes, the best ones.
I don't know. I must have blocked all those out.
I laughed at them even when I was 310 pounds. I thought they were the best. They were jokes I would tell on myself, so that, you know, as a defense mechanism, so then people wouldn't make fun of my weight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you learned that early.
Yeah, so I'd already done it. It took.
Anyway, enough about our emotional trauma.
They, based on a fan trailer. Okay, a super fan trailer, as they're calling it.
Super fan.
A super fan trailer for a drama called Bel-Air that came out in March of 2019. Westbrook Studios, which is Will Smith's official production company, partnered with Morgan Cooper, which is the guy who made this, the super fan. Mm-hmm. They're actually making this Bel-Air, and it says that it's a drama series. And I guess it's going to be hour-long episode formats. And we watched the trailer. Now, we're not going to sit and we're not going to react with it because we just want to discuss the series overall. So when I very first heard about this, I was very excited because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was one of those rare sitcoms that could actually bring me to tears.
Yeah.
Like, it was that, it's just that, some episodes are just that good.
They did a very good job of balancing, they did a really good job of balancing some of the more serious content with, you know,
with the humor,
they had in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, some episodes the plot was constructed purely for the humor, and you could tell. Right. And then the ones where it was going to have some serious comment, the humor's just sprinkled out and through there, and it's like the typical humor. Like, that's when we would get, you know, Butler jokes with Jeffrey real quick, and one or two fat jokes with Uncle Phil, and then everything else is serious content. Like, I remember one about, you know, I think the one that always choked me up the most was about Will Smith being upset that his father didn't want him.
Oh, everyone remembers that.
And Uncle Phil. Woo, hold on. Uncle Phil being there, Uncle Phil being there to, you know, be his shoulder and be his father for him, you know, and basically, like, so it'd be so easy to adapt it to a drama series and to really make us feel for the characters.
And just kind of modernize it, yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, then we saw the trailer. Okay, like, so this is where things get controversial. I hate it. It feels to me like it's a black exploit film, and I just feel like we should be beyond that as a fucking genre by now. Like, the point of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the first, what about the social construct of how still a rich African American family still will have a racial divide between their white friends, and how now someone from Philly who thinks that Silver Spoon Uncle Phil, right, doesn't have to deal with black problems, gets to see a whole different side of it, and that it literally goes from the top of this country's system all the way to the bottom.
Why don't we show that? Yeah,
that would have been a great opportunity to really open the eyes of the nation of what, like, the real fucking problem is, okay? And instead, it's going to be a black exploit film, is what it's going to feel like.
At least that's what the trailer looks like.
That's what it feels like to me.
I don't want to base everything off of the trailer that I just saw.
No, right. But the thing is, you know, the trailer is supposed to be like a book cover, right? I mean, it's supposed to give us an idea of what we're supposed to watch, and what we and tag us. And there are very few parts of this trailer that tag me. Like, you know, I think we disagreed on the Uncle Phil character. Did we?
We did?
Did we? I thought the actor for the Uncle Phil character in here looked great.
I didn't mind his act. I didn't mind him. I thought Aunt Viv was a poor actress.
Yeah.
And I don't know which of the cousins the girl was supposed to be in that little shot, but she wasn't very good either.
Right. See, well, I mean, I liked her line, right? Because like to me, the
It just felt like it was delivered poorly, but Ashley's the younger one, and
Vanessa. Hillary, fucking hell.
I don't even see him.
Why did I see Vanessa? I don't know. Okay, anyway.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, Hillary and Ashley.
But what I was saying right before was
about the line delivery.
Oh yeah. So the line delivery from, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be Hillary or Ashley. Okay, what the actress?
Well, thinking about it now, with the line that was given is probably supposed to be Hillary. She's talking about going shopping.
But with how young and gleeful she was with how she gave the line, that seems to me like Ashley's character with with Hillary's line. You know what I mean? Ashley's character with Hillary's line. So did they combine those two characters? Right?
I hope not.
I know. And then not only that, but like, maybe it's for me it's the cultural difference of how I interpret the how the character would translate to modern day. But the one that they had playing Carlton did not strike me as a Carlton. I still feel like he should be a striking, charismatic personality that's just completely different from the charisma that you get from a Philly kid from the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because to me, Carlton was still charismatic in that he could command respect from white people. Right? Like, he didn't see class differences between him and any of his classmates.
Right, yeah.
No matter what their skin color was.
Right.
Whereas the actor that they picked, he's very dark-skinned and rugged-looking. You know what I mean? And it's just like, already, I just know the culture. It's going to be off-putting for most people. Like, you want... I don't know, to me, keeping Carlton's character consistent, even as you stretch it to a drama series, and keeping him basically white, okay, is an important contrast.
Right. Yeah, between him and Will, yeah.
Right. And that's just not likely when when Carlton looks Nigerian.
I don't know about any of that, but
well, I'm just saying, right? Like, if he's Wesley Snipes, okay, he doesn't look like Carlton if he looks like Wesley Snipes.
I guess.
Can you picture Wesley Snipes playing Carlton?
I mean, not Wesley Snipes.
Okay. Well, I got Wesley Snipes.
It's not because of how dark he is. It's just like Wesley Snipes himself. No, not at all. I mean, I could picture, especially for the time period, Omar Gooding playing Carlton, which played Wesley Snipes' character in Major League 2. So
right.
Makes sense at all.
Okay, so yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so like, what do you see happening with the series, though? I
honestly, like I don't know. I hope they don't just try to like do the same stuff but do it as a drama instead of a comedy. I don't think they will, but I'm always afraid of that when they reboot shows. I do hope that they do focus. I mean, obviously you're going to focus on the racial tensions, and you should, racial and class and all that other stuff, and I would look forward to watching that. And I just hope that they make it their own thing and they don't just try to be like, well, here's a guy trying to do Will Smith's character but serious. You know, like I don't want that. I don't want, well, here's this actress trying to do her best impersonation of Aunt Viv. Like I don't want that. And
right.
I kind of saw some of that in the trailer, I thought. But and again, it's such a flashy, it went by really quick, and they had a lot of quick cuts.
Right.
That is kind of hard to really tell anything, which is what I don't like about the trailer. Is it doesn't really tell you anything or show you anything.
It just has a lot of dramatic, pretty cinematography.
Right.
Yeah.
And the couple lines they do share are lines that they yanked from the original sitcom. So.
Potentially, yeah.
So
which in an advantage part, which was poorly delivered.
Right. Yeah, except they were poorly delivered.
Right.
Like most of them, not all of them. Like you said, the Uncle Phil lines they had, those are pretty good. I could hear James Avery.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Right. See, for me, like when you take a look at if we took a look at James Avery's character from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the sitcom, his character, there are very few comedic moments that, like, you know, that with him, I mean, that are.
Well, he's not goofy, yeah.
Right, exactly. So, like,
he was a straight man.
To me, it's the only character that they could have blended directly into the drama series without changing.
Because everything he did, he was serious about anyway.
Right. Well, I mean, and even the times that they made a joke about himself, I could picture us loving the character and giggling to ourselves without a laugh track. Like, for instance. Okay, I remember one specific joke. It's probably from the first fucking season of the show, where Will gets a Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia, and it's greased through the bag, right? And when they decide that they're not going to eat it, Uncle Phil sneaks off with it, and it's like we could still laugh at that,
right? Yeah,
with this character without a laugh track.
Uncle Phil took himself seriously, being the authority figure.
Right, exactly. I get that. So for him to just break his own rules, and for him to see him lax on any sort of rule of law or authority, even with a diet, okay, to have that second Philly cheesesteak sandwich would be hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, even in a serious context, in a dramatic movie.
So, you know, what exactly do you see, or what message, or what do you want to accomplish from this reboot? Personally.
I don't want...
or what would you like to see, I guess? I don't know.
I know what I don't want. I don't want a black exploit film feel to disconnect audiences that it could really impact. That's what I don't want. Right. But what I want is what it literally says, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air into a drama series. Yeah. Where they try, you know, and of course in modern times. So of course there's certain things that you have to adapt to modern times. But I just know that I'm shockingly disappointed with what I'm expecting based on the trailer right now. Right. I know that.
I'm kind of with you. I just did not think that was a very well put together trailer.
I know, I was so excited. So, I mean, I understand how, as a super fan putting together this trailer from scratch, how this would inspire someone to want to make a really good reboot. Right. But I guess
as a fan-made trailer, like I said earlier, as a fan-made trailer, I think it works fantastic. Right. But as like an official, like, this is what we're gonna do for a television show, it's kind of like, I don't know about that.
Right. And so, had you heard the news up until then about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air being remade as a drama? And if you hadn't, what do you think? We'll link the trailer in the description below. Let us know what you think. What would you like to see from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air series? Peace.
In the pursuit of villainy, you, the viewer, must like and subscribe to support evil in a more intimate way. Visit our Patreon page. Also, we have a new movie on Amazon Prime called The Here and Now. Find it, or it's your doom.